There's always technological glitches here. Sometimes I have trouble finding my own videos. Let's see what we got here. Give this a minute to load up here. Happy Good Friday. Great Friday. I don't know what today is. I think it's Friday. Let's see what we got here. Can I find my video so I can make sure the audio is working? Let me see here. It says it is in my program. Boom. I can't chat either if I can't load my video. Let's see what we got here. Silly stuff. There it is. Oh, there we go. Got a lot to talk about today, a lot to cover. I only have about a half hour, so I'm gonna try to make this quick. Many things are manifesting in this realm in the last 24 hours. We'll see if more people join us here before I get into the nitty-gritty. So a lot of stuff coming out in the last 24 hours. People are experiencing some different shifts here. Let's see what we got here. What will we talk about first here? Boom. So a lot of people are seeing these fireballs raining down on Earth. Look at this from Higher Truth channel. Thousands from around the globe. This was came out a couple days ago. It's the 30th today. On the 28th, fireballs rain down on Earth as thousands report from around the globe. Let's see, there's an article here from amsmeteors.org, American Meteor Society. Meteor outlook for March 31st. That'll be tomorrow through April 6th, so tomorrow to the 6th. Meteor activity picks up a bit during April as the Lyrids become active during the month. They are active from the 14th through the 30th with a pronounced maximum on the 22nd. So what they're saying here, these meteors are breaking the sound barrier. In mid-2007, there were 0 reports of meteors breaking the sound barrier. Now there's over 200 cases in the last year. Also, we have here from Mr. MBB333. Hey, my sky, how you doing? This is, people are seeing these strange lights in the sky, auroras. This was from yesterday from Mr. MBB333. This is from Athens, Georgia. And he talks about this is on the 33rd degree latitude line, where also Roswell is on. I'm going to play this real quick here.
Thursday, March 29th, 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time, 2018.
Let me get the audio working.
Thursday, March 29th, 7:30 p.m. Mountain Time, 2018. Guys, we're going back to Athens, Georgia. Another video has surfaced of yet some more very profound bright lights visible in the sky, this time from yesterday morning at 6 a.m. This video we posted today from Athens, Georgia. The lights were seen the night of March 26th around 9:56, 9:57 p.m. looking in a west-northwesterly direction. They almost looked like a version of auroras, the sky was turning purple, green, red, light shades of blue at times. There you can see red. I want you to make a note of that red. Here's a video by StreetCap1 that was also published on March 26th, 2018. Red mist glow observed at the International Space Station through the live webcam on the International Space Station. If you haven't checked this video out, come over and check it out. I'll post a link down below in the description box. A strange red mist was seen around the space station. This next video from Athens, Georgia, once again seems to be a hot spot. This observation was made yesterday morning at 6 a.m., March 28th, 2018. I'm going to play this video as it was sent to me. Here it goes.
Do you see? Probably from a ship. There's not no smoke. There's just. If it ain't something in our skies, man, you can't tell me. You can't tell me ain't nothing out there.
Notice the red right there. See the big red cloud? There it goes. Once again, right there. Remember that red? Almost looks identical to what was seen up near the space station. March 26th, 2018. If you haven't subscribed to StreetCap1, by all means subscribe and check out the video. Very interesting. Here's a still shot from Athens, Georgia, yesterday morning at 6 a.m. What if it's the same thing that the space station's flying through? That's how big this is. There's another still shot from the video I just showed you. 6 a.m. yesterday morning from Athens, Georgia. All I've done here with this clip is slowed it down a little bit, zoomed in a little tighter. Really wasn't no need to. The video was unbelievable. Look at that. I mean, is that a side effect of a weakening magnetic field? And these bright color outbursts are a side effect of that? I don't know. Look at that. Looks like a classic aurora outburst, but a little more intense, to be honest. But there are no geomagnetic storms underway. And this is in Georgia. And if there were a geomagnetic storm underway, it would have to be of intense magnitude in order to do something like this. Very intense. So there are no geomagnetic storms that we know of that are underway, but yet we're seeing big red and purple clouds on the sky that are consistent with the color of auroras. But we're also seeing red mists up around the International Space Station as well. So maybe this thing is bigger than what we realize. Check your security cameras if you live down in the Athens, Georgia area. Look for the night of March 26th around 10 o'clock, 9:55, and then yesterday morning around 6 a.m. That would be Eastern time. So anyway, guys, more video surfaces from Athens, Georgia. I want to thank Demetrius for sharing this with us. That is some spectacular footage. Thanks for watching.
So that was Athens, Georgia. Cool. Thanks, Leslie. Yeah, if you see something, come back to this video and post it in the comments, that'd be awesome. Or if you can get some photos or video, that'd even be cooler. If you see anything down there. I wasn't paying attention, but in one of his other videos, he was talking about how Athens, he's saying Athens, I always thought it was Athens, but, you know, tomato. So in Athens, he was saying it's on the 33rd degree latitude, which, you know, that symbolism 33 you see throughout all the mystery schools. And I think Roswell, New Mexico is on the 33rd degree line where the UFO crashed. Excuse me, little frog in the throat. Speaking of Roswell, I was hanging out in a place called Freedom Mountain in Boone, North Carolina several years ago. This wealthy man that I used to know, David, his family owned one of the biggest book distributorships in the country, Athens. Yes, I just think like Athens, whatever. But Freedom Mountain, this guy bought a mountain and put $70 million into it. It's in Boone, and he built a town, the hotels and temples and houses for the Maharishi. The Maharishi was the guy that started the TM movement, Transcendental Meditation, and hundreds of the Maharishi's disciples were living on this mountain, and for years, and David was paying for their room and board, and they had some kind of falling out or something. So David went there and basically told all the people living there that they either had to start paying him or they had to leave, and basically everyone left. So it was kind of like a ghost town. And when I went there, they were having a big event because he was going to convert the hotels into condos and build a sustainable community, and, you know, growing their own food. And it ended up not working out. But this event, there was a lot going on, yoga classes and qigongs and Thai massage, and there was a lot of one of the heaviest snowfalls that year. But it was pretty cool, you know. It's a big college town, I guess, Boone, and pretty much everyone in that town is one heck of a juggler. It was pretty wild. Almost everyone juggled, and they were pretty amazing. And wish I got video, but these guys and women were just throwing these things way in the air and spinning, and there were bands playing, and it's pretty wild. But one of his good friends was there, and he was one of the head engineers for Rolls-Royce, and he did reverse engineering and that, and supposedly he worked in Area 51. The guy was doing this water and food fast for like 21 days when I was there, and it was pretty wild. But he worked in Area 51, and he said, yeah, there was a ship there, and the metal on it they tried cutting with diamond blades, and oops. He said they couldn't even scratch the surface with diamond blades, as it was a metal that was not from this realm. But he said that with the reverse engineering, that's where Kevlar and the microchip and circuit boards, you know, a lot of the technologies came from the reverse engineering. Now, some people believe that those ships were time traveling humans from the future. Some believe they were interdimensional. Some believe they came from other places in this realm, in the Matrix. But no one knows for sure. I talked to Chief Golden Light Eagle one day, and he talked about that same year when there was a crash in Roswell. There were, I think, 11 or 12 other UFO crashes that same year, and I asked him, like, what do you think caused that? And he said that our government or the military was testing out some kind of new radar or some kind of technology that was knocking these things out of their flight patterns, some kind of frequency or magnetics that was shutting down the ship's propulsion systems because they worked off of plasma or magnetic technologies, magnetic propulsion or something of that sort. I can't. It was a few years back, so I don't really remember. But and so that was pretty interesting stuff. So let's see what else we got here. So here we go. This was from Denise Garau. I'm probably not pronouncing her last name, but the event 10 Reasons Why You Might Not Be Feeling It. And this is Dawn Bailey, who does energy healing. It's a pretty good interview if you check out her channel. I have to check out my other computer for the chat here. So some people, through these shifting of energies, are experiencing some low energies, depression, emotion, some intense emotions and that. So I want to talk also, let me see if I can, how am I going to do this? Okay. Let me see if I could post this. There's a group on Facebook I found today that Denise was talking about called the Event Connector. Have any of you guys ever heard of this group? A lot of people are, there's 132 members right now, but it's pretty new, and it connects people that are interested into the event and similar. I think you guys can see that. Let's see. Yeah, this is the Facebook page here in the background. As you can see, people are posting Alice & Co. A lot of videos. A lot of people's experience. It's a good place to connect with other people that are into the event type things and the shift, and it's a pretty cool cloud. That's looks like I was in Mount Shasta several years back. Yeah, tired and heavy. Yeah, Leslie, most of us are feeling that. Oh, you're not on Facebook? That's okay. A lot of people are on there. I don't spend much time on there myself, but I checked out the group and joined it, and there's a lot of cool stuff on there. People from all over the world talking about their experiences. People speaking in light languages. I'll see if I can post a link here. Yeah, so as far as feeling tired and low energy, it's like you just have to listen to your body and take a nap if you need to. I've been doing a lot of superfoods. Something good that's been helping me, it's called Shilajit. You can get it on Amazon. Shilajit is from Tibet. Yeah, Shilajit, I just put that in the context. It's comes out of the Himalayan mountains of Tibet. It's like millions of years of decomposing organic matter, like leaves and trees, and they compress. And when the sun beats on the stones and the mountains, this black ooze, it's like a black goo, almost like tar, comes out of the rocks, and the medicine men and women use it to, as medicine. But Shilajit, the nickname is Conqueror of Mountains and Destroyer of Weakness. It supposedly has just about every element on the chart, and it doesn't taste very good, but I put it in tea. So if you can, let's see see, that's what it looks like. It's like a black goo. Kind of tastes like tar, but you can't really tell when you put it in tea, or you can even put it in coffee if you drink coffee. Dr. Axe has a good article about it. Let's see, I'm trying to find the one company that I like their stuff. See if I can find it. Dragon Herbs is good, but the heck are they? Lost Empire. Check out Lost Empire. Let's see if I can get to my. Here we go. Lost Empire. You can read up on it. They use it in China, Tibet, Nepal, India. It even I've got some from Russia too, from the Altai Mountains. The Altai Mountains are a sacred mountain in like Mongolia, Russia. That it's also harvested from those mountains, and it's really high quality. People are even selling on eBay. Yeah, Ormus is great too, but this is some of the most powerful medicine in the Chinese medicine. Destroyer of weakness, they call it. But let's see. And I drink lemon water every day on an empty stomach, do intermittent fasting. It's one of those days. But I don't know if any of you experienced in the last night, there were some intense energy waves. I was sound asleep and was woken out of a deep sleep. Oh yeah, it's vegan. Comes from the earth. No animals are harmed in the production of it. I was in a very deep sleep, and I woke up in the middle of the night last night and felt my body was like in this hyper state. Felt waves. 99 tabs. Yeah, me too, Leslie. 99 is very 99 degree. Looking over the shaman. So I was woken out of this deep sleep, and I felt these waves of energy, and I just called on the angelic realm because I was feeling this shift going on, and I kind of felt in my solar plexus this pressure, almost like a nauseous feeling. A lot of people are feeling that nausea. So I sat up. Well, at first I was trying to open my eyes, but I was in between awake and asleep, and I felt this energy just surging through my body, and I knew some kind of shift was happening, and I called on the angelic realm and to give me a sign, and I felt it was like a feather over my nose. It's kind of weird, but it was like this light feather. So I opened my eyes and I sat up and drank some water and grabbed my phone to see what time it was. It was 2:22 in the morning. So I was like, oh yeah, that definitely the angelic realm speaking to me. It was about a year ago. My brother kept having these synchronicities with 222, 222. He kept waking up at 222, and he went to work to talk to a woman in her cubicle. It was number 222, and he looked at the clock, 222. So he said it was freaking him out that this 222 kept coming up. And what did it mean? Then a couple days later, my friend Ileana from Guatemala, she makes these little angel necklaces, and she's really into the angelic realm and the symbolism. And I had told her my brother was seeing this 222, and she said, wow, that's strange, because 222 is what brought me to Cleveland. See, I'm in Cleveland, Ohio, and she told me this long story about the synchronicities of 222 and how because of the synchronicities it brought her to Cleveland. And so I did some research, and the 222 is the angelic realm giving you a sign that things are in alignment, and that whatever you're holding in your mind, it's kind of like a confirmation. And Chief Golden Lady talks a lot about these numbers, synchronicities. So basically, I just went into a meditative state and just kind of felt the energy as these waves were coming over me and grounding into the earth. And keeping my mind in the heart center and just becoming still and letting the energy flow through me, because some of these energies can get really intense. So I was also talking to a friend about, because I was having some neck issues. I had some neck trauma in the past, and I've done a lot of acupuncture and chiropractic and that. In the last couple of days, I was feeling like a stabbing in my neck, and I've been hearing a lot, about the star seeds have a lot of neck problems and that, and then he was talking about the blood types, like O negative. Some research he was doing, like the different blood types, your nervous system can be more sensitive depending on what blood type, and I'm O negative, and he was saying, yeah, that in the research that O negative has these issues. AI robots flying. Yeah, probably a lot of AI technology out there trying to suppress this event, trying to suppress what's going on in this realm. So then after I fell asleep, I went into a deep unconscious sleep and got some deep, I see 1111 a lot. Bender, that was one of my synchronicities a lot with 1111. So I was in meditation this morning, and I saw one of my friend John, his face came up, and him and I have talked a lot about building a commune in Ecuador. I've been looking at Vilcabamba. I have a couple connections down there, and Vilcabamba, let me see if I can put that, Vilcabamba, Ecuador. Now they say Ecuador is the hub of paranormal activities in Ecuador is the hub of these paranormal activities. But Vilcabamba means the valley of longevity, or the valley of the soul. The average lifespan there is about 100 years of age because of the clean air, the clean water. The waters melts from the Himalayas, the Andes mountains, which that's another synchronicity. The Andes, I've heard from several sources like Drunville Melchizedek talking about how the central channel, or the Kundalini, the earth is shifting from the Himalayas in Tibet and India to the Andes in South America. And then a lot of the shamans say that the eagle will fly with the condor, because the eagle of the north, the bald eagle, is our sacred sign and the shamanic sign of freedom. And then in South America, it's the condor. So the condor and the eagle are going to join. So a lot of people are, South America is resonating with them, especially in the Andes, like Machu Picchu, the Incan Empire. But Ecuador, a lot of people from there say that there's a lot of UFO activity that has been really manifesting in the last couple months down there, and a lot of activity. So I call my buddy, I came out of meditation, I'm like, this is a sign I better call him. And he picks up the phone, and he said, wow, Paul, I was just thinking about you. So it was another synchronicity. And then he goes, I was heading to Mexico. He was looking at some land in Mexico now by Guadalajara. There's supposedly one of the largest inland lakes is somewhere within 20 to 50 miles of Guadalajara, and there's a lot of expatriates are moving there, and it's very cheap to live. And a lot of people are having ringing in the ears. There's one technique, like I know several people that it's really bothering them. Now my Sifu, who's a Taoist master, says that that's in the center of the brain where the pineal, the pituitary, it actually gives off a frequency. And if you're really sensitive, especially now with all the shifts, and people's nervous systems are getting more sensitive, you start hearing that frequency that they call the crystal palace. Crystal palace in the center of the brain is emitting this sound. Because I've known multiple people that are having that. They've been to ear doctors. They can't find anything wrong with their eardrum or any problems with their ear. And because some people say tinnitus, tinnitus, people pronounce it differently. There is a technique if it's really bothering you called beating the jade pillow. Hey Courtney, how you doing? Yeah, TMJ is another big one in the jaw. Which acupuncture, one of my friends who's an acupuncturist helped another friend with their TMJ with one session of acupuncture. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but there's also jaw exercises that you can do. But for the ringing in the ears, there's like beating the jade pillow in the Chinese medicine. There's a Taoist art where you with your finger you flick your index over the middle, you cup your hands and you put the middle finger rested on the base of your skull and then cover your ears and you flick it on the base of the skull. They call that Chinese medicine beating the jade pillow, because at the base of the skull where it meets the neck, meets the spine, they call that the jade pillow. The ancients in China would sleep on a pillow made of jade. Jade is a soft stone, green stone. Yeah. Yeah, TMJ is very painful. I've had that in the past myself. I've had acupuncture many times for different things, and some chiropractic work too, adjustment, in the neck and in the jaw. Helps with that one. So you could do what you should hear, like a pounding, a beating sound when you flick your fingers on the base of the skull. It's like a drum. You do it about 50 times and then listen, see if you still hear it. You can do it multiple times until the ringing goes away. Most people it works for, some it doesn't, depending on what the cause is. Yeah. Hey Nanette, how you doing? Sorry to hear that, guys, ladies and friends. Yeah, some people are calling it an Ascension flu. A lot of people are getting these flu symptoms out of nowhere, and some people believe too that it's bioengineered, because there was an epidemic this flu season, this winter. The hospitals were full, so some people think in the chemtrails they were spraying some kind of bioengineered. I do cold therapy, take ice cold showers and ice baths to help boost the immunity. The Shilajit's very good for immunity. I post that up here if you scroll up. The Shilajit, the destroyer of weakness, is the nickname. Conqueror of mountains, very powerful stuff. So I also had a dream the other night about dolphins. I was lucky enough to swim. Hey Nanette, glad you can make it. I was able to swim with a dolphin in Cozumel several years back. That was pretty amazing. But I had a dream a couple nights ago where outside my bedroom window was the ocean, and I would climb out my window and there'd be two dolphins swimming, and they were just so beautiful, and I fell in love with those dolphins, and I was so excited that I could visit them every day. And then my sister came by, and I'm telling her, I have these dolphins that live outside my bedroom window, and she started laughing. She goes, that was just a dream. And this was still in the dream, and I was totally upset. I was like, you know what, damn it, that was a dream. but I was still in the dream telling her about the dream. So it's funny how sometimes you go within a dream, but I used to do a lot of lucid dreaming years ago. You know, Carlos Castaneda, like Don Juan taught him to look at his hands, and you ask yourself, am I dreaming, you know, throughout the day, and then before you go to sleep, you program yourself, when I look at my hands, I know that I'm dreaming, and you repeat that over and over. Then eventually in your dream something will trigger you, and you'll look at your hands and become lucid, and it's pretty powerful, pretty intense, and it's really wild when you wake up in a dream knowing you're dreaming. Everything is so vivid, you think, how could I not know this was a dream? And it's pretty cool. Some powerful stuff. So I'm going to post here. I'm going to post here. Let me see if I can, about the event connector, because the event is really resonating with a lot of people, and it attracts people that are into these shifting energies. Here we go. Where are we? Boom. There we go. If you're on Facebook, you can check them out. Yeah. Let's see what we got here. Oops. So I've been having visions too of humpback whales. Whoopsie. Humpback whales. I love those humpback whales. When I was a younger kid, 12, 14, I don't know how old, but I used to have cassette tapes with the sounds, the singing of the humpback whales, and I used to just meditate and listen to them and visualize about them. So they've been coming up. Yeah, you can definitely take control of your dreams once you become lucid. I love to fly when I become lucid. A lot of times I fly into a different realm. So let's see. So here we go. If your speakers are loud, you might want to turn them down. I want to play this for you because this is so beautiful. You can actually go swim with the humpbacks, I think in Tonga. They also have some in Maui, which I'm looking into because it's a dream of mine to go swim with the humpbacks. Check those beauties out. right. They are amazing creatures. They are time travelers and interdimensional travelers. Have you all ever seen whistling vessels? This is something else I make. I sculpt these. They're based on Mayan, the pre-Columbian. They're finding a lot of these in the Mayan ruins. See on the back, I don't know if you could see that. That's Hunabku, the god of the galactic center. That's the symbol of Hunabku. I carved that into the clay. But the shamans would use these for healing, because the frequency it gives off, it puts your brain into different waves, beta, theta, delta. So they usually use drumming and play these. The shamans like to use drums because it's like the heartbeat, and it puts your mind into those lower frequencies, the hypnagogic state, the hypnotic state, so that you can travel. I'll show you my teacher, who's a Mongolian shaman. I am in his an apprentice. I teach his art called Kunlun, Kunlun. I'll post, let's see here, link to his website. Let's see. He has a book out called Kunlun. It's a great book. You can get it on Amazon. Let's see if I can. There we go. Boom. Yeah, they're also called Peruvian. They are from Peru. Well, Peruvian. Those were. Peru is the Incan, but they also had a similar whistles and whistling vessels. There's a drum. My teacher made. It's a pretty amazing drum. Let's see. I don't know if you can see that too well. I'll play it for you sometime, but I don't know if that mic picks that up okay. So another thing I wanted to share here, let's see, what they call the Jubilee, which a lot of people talking about this global currency reset. Come on now. I'll just play a short clip of this. I muted myself for a second. A lot of people don't know about this. Is a lot of people talking about the global currency reset. Yeah, definitely a lot of synchronicities. Yeah. This Jubilee, some people call it Nasara. But I don't know if you all ever heard of the BRICS. It's BRICS. That's Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. They have an organization they put together to release interest-free money, gold-backed currency, and a lot of these signs are in alignment with the event. And Nasara, Nesara, Nasara, which is gonna bring prosperity and abundance to the world. So something major happened March 26th. I'm going to play this clip. Yeah, ocarinas are awesome too. I have a couple. I got this little guy I got from, let's see it, an Ecuadorian artist. He was in town. I was at a Indian powwow, Native American powwow, in a place called Mohican. and I bought this off of them. It's just like a bird flute, but has some wild tones. Sorry if that was loud. I got so many instruments and tools. When I teach a class, I play different instruments. I used to make Native American flutes too for a while. I didn't make this one, but I got this off of Blue Feather, one of Chief Gold Light Eagle's friends. See, it's a crow. Crow is one of my totems. Maybe I'll play something sometime here, but so let's get back here to the Jubilee. Now, March 26th, something big happened when the Chinese released gold-backed yuan. That was a sign that they gave the dragon families of China, who have trillions of dollars in gold and silver they want to release for humanitarian efforts. But let me play this little clip here. Let's see if I'm getting some sound.
A world debt jubilee is upon us. Rejoice. On Monday, March 26 of 2018, God's year of Jubilee began. On that exact same date, the Chinese a new world financial system. God's army and God's money, both gold and silver.
So, regardless of the belief system, when he was saying a new world currency, it's different than the New World Order. This is the Nasara. This is a global currency reset. This means that the currency around the planet is going to be equalized. One's not going to be more powerful than the other. Like the American dollar has been much higher because it's been the world currency, the global exchange. Everyone had to exchange into the American dollar. So many things are going to come out of this. Many things are going to change. But now that China's done it, the rest of the BRICS organization will follow suit. But this is a good thing. Much good is going to come out of it. It's going to be a transition period. But after that, not that we're really going to have to worry about anything very soon. As you all know, that these waves that are coming on, as they shift us to higher realms, we're not even going to need money anymore. But for now, until that happens, and no one knows the day, a lot of people are coming on my channel saying, it's March 26th and the event hasn't happened yet, and I never have put a date on it. I might say something like March 26th, we're going to get hit with these waves from the sun, these solar flares, this solar event or some kind of shift on that day to accelerate this process to when this global event will happen. But I never put a date on it. Now I say like the QHHT group are getting synchronicities for the first quarter of 2018. This event will happen, but I never say that that's the messages I'm getting. I'm just presenting what other people are coming up with, or what resonates with them. And we still have another month for the first quarter, but no one knows the exact date or when. It's just the event is coming soon. So what does that mean? Of course, everyone says soon. I mean, they said that in 1985 at the harmonic convergence. It's how many years later? 40s or something? I don't even know. 1985, that's 40 or more years. But everything, they're really accelerating in 2012. I mean, most people unless if you're totally asleep, you know since 2012 many things have changed. You know, everything from these Mandela effects, you know, this whole flat Earth movement where people are showing that, you know, everything NASA's been telling us is a lie. You know, a lot of evidence shows that this reality that we live, it's like we're inside a big eye, you know, where Antarctica surrounds it. I mean, all these weird things. I mean, millions of people right now are debating this, if the flat's Earth around, but some people believe it's a psyop, but it'd be easy to prove or disprove. I mean, I've been a follower of Santos Bonacci, who's a genius and can speak like 10 languages and is an astrotheologist. Does astrology mixed with theology, shows how most religions, their symbolism is astrology. And I can go into hours and hours of lecture of, you know, the symbolism of the signs of the zodiac in most religions, and you know, the worship of certain days and dates, and with the solstice, you know, the sun being still on that day, the solstice, sol, S-O-L, the sun. It's Latin, I believe, for the sun, and stice, stillness. But beyond that, if you check out Santos Bonacci, his channel, I mean, he talks a lot about this. I think that's how you spell it. I probably misspelled that. I think it's A-C-C-I. Let me. I can't undo that, right? I don't know. Maybe I can edit it. Nah, yeah, I can remove it because I retracted it. Another fancy name for remove. So let's see, Santos Bonacci. He has some great stuff. Yeah, Santos Bonacci. He has hours and hours of lectures about the symbolism of the sun and astrology. He has Universal Truth School. I don't know why I'm using two computers now, and I can just toggle on this one. Boom. Wrong. Yeah, Universal Truth School. Let me see if I can put that in there. There we go. Boom. So let's see, we talked about the event connector on Facebook here. I put that in the comments. Get out of that thing. Let's see here. 12 signs of the zodiac. 12 months of the year. Synchronicities. Let's go here. The Jubilee. The Jubilee was an ancient Jewish ritual that they did I think it was every 7 years, where they wiped everyone's debt out. So any debt that they accumulated, they balanced out to zero. I think it was every 7 years. So they're saying there's going to be a world debt jubilee, which means debt across the world is going to be wiped out with the release of these funds. So we shall see here. Let me see. My computer's running a little slow. Boom, 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 boom. So I'll post. This was from Denise this morning. This was a good interview with Dawn Bailey, who does energy work, energy healing. So she probably would be good. I don't know if you see that. Yeah. So let me put her, because she does healing work. So for the ringing in the ears, or the TMJ, I know she does like distance healing. Let me see here. Soul Sister Truth. Let's see, Dawn. Post that in here too. I haven't had an experience with her, but let me close these out. Soul Sister, Dawn Bailey. you can get in contact with her. Now, I'm going to post this this interview because Denise talks about how she helped heal her daughter, I think, remotely. So that's a good one to check out here. And I also, tomorrow is the full blue moon, the second full moon. This is from Meg Benedict. I'm subscribed to her emails. I'll read you this here. Let's see what talking about this, the supermoon, the magic carpet ride. Here's someone going for, the so as we move through the galactic waves of plasma bursts, it may feel like we've entered an expanded state of consciousness, a cosmic magic carpet ride. And what a wild ride 2018 has been so far, that's for sure. Many light workers experienced years of incoming photonic light into their biofield, but the magnetic shifts are a different breed altogether. The more crystalline light in the body, the less impact from the electric surges. Now we get to learn how to adjust and assimilate the magnetic waves into our human energy field. Since the equinox stargate, a heavily dense magnetic layer unlocked from the Earth, releasing deeply stored trauma and cellular memory into the ether. During meditation, focus on increasing your spin momentum and direct the purging density away from Earth and into the source light. Clear the brain fog, lift the dead weight out of your field, and set yourself free. So some people are experiencing that vertigo or the spinning. So that's really the mind is going into that central channel that is from the crown, which we call Bai Hui in the Taoist, and the Hui Yin, the perineum. There's a channel called the Katika channel that runs through the central channel, basically follows the line of the spine. The magnetic toroidal field that flows through spirals down that center. And when you have a higher experience into the higher density, sometimes it'll spin the opposite way and you'll really feel it. So one of the best things to do is just allow yourself to be pulled into that vortex, into that energy, and lift you up, because it will lift your spirit. But if it gets to be too much, just walk barefoot on the earth if you can. Even if there's snow, just go out in the snow and stand for a minute in the snow. You'll be okay for a few minutes. Frostbite doesn't kick in. It takes about 20 to 30 minutes. But it's it's spring, so things are warming up, so you'll be good now. Unless if you're up in Alaska or something. Still a little chilly here in Cleveland, but not too bad. So the magic carpet ride propels us into Saturday's full moon at 10 degree Libra, a blue moon, and a second full moon in March. On April 17th, the asteroid Chiron enters Aries, the sign of I am and personal identity. Chiron, the wounded healer, shines a spotlight on unresolved issues needing attention. During the Ascension age, humanity is evolving from ego obsession to embracing true soul essence, the authentic self or higher self. Chiron in Aries will peel away the false delusions and fantasy identities so prevalent in the world today. During Chiron's 8-year transit, we will see more motivation to live in integrity, which is 5D consciousness, and explore the depths of the hidden unconscious patterns of dysfunction. Chiron enhances our ability to convert energy into physical matter as we confront inner shadow and the wounded, fragmented self. A personal transformation occurs. Chiron in fiery Aries will catalyze a massive healing crisis, so all who seek enlightenment achieve higher conscious awareness. This is an awakening transit on the personal and global level. So get rest, meditate, and nourish your body as we travel the light fantastic in these upcoming cosmic events. So some of these events that are coming up, like tomorrow, Saturday, Saturn Day, is full moon, blue moon. Cool, Courtney. If you do healing work, post a link, or if you do healing if you have a website or an email where people can contact you, and your friend, if she has a website, post that in the chat so people can get in contact with you or your friend if you do work on the public. So tomorrow I'm planning on potentially doing a live stream on doing some crystal bowl healing sounds, some drumming potentially, probably around 7:30. I'm working till 5 and then going to dinner with a friend and then doing some Shaolin practice for maybe an hour. So I'm thinking about 7:30, 8 tomorrow to celebrate this shift and these energies that will definitely be magnified tomorrow. The magnetism and the magnification, the magi, the magic, ma, mother, water, the water symbolism. That's the moon affects the waters of this planet and the waters in your body, which water and magnetism go hand in hand. The magnetic field affects the flow of water and the flow of chi. Chi is the vital life force, the vital energy that flows through your body, through your nervous system, through your meridians that flow. That's what acupuncture works with, the meridians and the acupuncture. That basically it's the ley lines, like the ley lines of the earth. It's on your body like that. So May 15th, Uranus enters Taurus. June 21st is the solstice stargate. July 13th, Cancer solar eclipse. July 27th to the 28th is the Aquarius lunar eclipse. August 8th, again, the 8/8 Lion's Gate, Leo the Lion. August 11th will be Leo solar eclipse. And then September 22nd is the Equinox Stargate. So these are some other intense energy waves that will be coming in, but we shall see. Many people believe before that this event will occur and we'll all be shifting. Yes, Leo the Lionheart, Corleone, in The Godfather, Corleone, Italian, Cor is the heart of the lion, Corleone, Leon. Sorry, I'm not the best pronouncer of language, but I've studied linguistics in multiple languages over the years, so I can speak some of many languages. I took Chinese for a year, ni hao, but Qing Feng Dao, sure. But yeah, so this is from the positive side of 2012. I have to head out here soon, so I'm going to try to finish this up. I'm probably going to do a separate video just on the Sacred Angel Fire. Let me put a link to this because this guy's pretty awesome. The positive side of 2012. He has an invocation, affirmative statements of your declaration from the depths of creation. This is a sacred fire, the sacred angelic fire. Definitely check that out. You could do that affirmation to help raise your spirit, raise your energies, to help with the shift. So let's see, is there anything else here? Try to keep things flowing. So I have to, this is the Planetary Activation Organization. He has some activations, galactic activations. If you want to check it out, it's $14. There was a live webinar on March 25th, last Sunday. I haven't watched it yet. This is Sheldon Neidl from the Planetary Activation Organization. He has a great website too. And making a cake. Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna go steam some veggies, but if you all wanted, I was thinking if you want to stay connected, I could leave the stream going, or I can end it now because I can just walk away, and I think this stream can go for 2 hours or something. So if you want to stay in chat, leave that in the comments below because I gotta run out the door. Poppy seed, the seed from the poppy. There's a hint of opiates in that. The seed from the poppy plant, that's where opium comes from. Someone told me once that just eating poppy seeds, you register like a minimal, it won't affect your consciousness or your mind, but Yes. Yeah, it's like, why do people think the U.S. and the British are so concerned about Afghanistan? You know, all the poppies grow there to grow the precious opium. See, the British have occupied Afghanistan for over 300 years. I mean, that's part of the opium wars out of China when the British went in there and went to war, and they annihilated the Chinese army because the Chinese had spears and swords and the British had guns and cannons, so they didn't really have a chance. So that's when the British got Hong Kong. They just, I think it was a year or two ago, it was several years ago, when the Chinese reclaimed Hong Kong. They had like a, I don't know, 99-year lease. I don't know what they call it, but that was all over opium. The emperor saw the degradation of society, kind of like what's going on in the U.S. with the epidemic of opiates that are flooding in over the Mexican border, with the fentanyl that is taking many lives here in this country. There's a big problem here with opiates. The doctors get people hooked, and then they cut them off, and then they have to go to the street. So I'll leave this stream going. I have to run, so it's up to you if you guys want to stay and chat. But it's a pretty quiet night. But thank you all for coming. I appreciate everyone. I appreciate everyone that showed up and left their energy here in the chat, and gave us their energy to help us through this awesome time. So appreciate you coming. Check us out tomorrow night. I plan on doing something for a little bit. Some crystal singing bowls. Thank you, Teal. Appreciate you, my friend. Much love from the heart, from the middle Dantian. Thank you, Sonny. Appreciate you. Appreciate you all. Namaste, my friends. We are all one. We are all connected. Thank you, Bender. Thank you for coming around as often as you can. I'm hoping these next couple weeks to do more of these. Thank you, Courtney. Much love, blessings, healing, living from the heart, living from the center, the still white magnetic light at the center of your being. That is infinite light, infinite light. One of my Zen masters I've trained with taught me the Nembutsu, which I will transmit to you. This is directly from the Buddha, from Gautama Buddha, Shakyamuni Buddha. I received transmissions from his lineage. So I'll end you with the Nembutsu, the Amida Buddha of infinite light and infinite life. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu. Namu Amida Butsu.